Hello and welcome to another episode of This Call May Be Recorded. I am your host, Mr. Zach Garside, the confused millennial as they call me around these parts. It's possible for millennials to have successful careers in the trades, my friends. I'm living proof. Welcome to the show. Today we are listening to wrong number phone calls. Phone calls where a CSR answers a customer who says, I think I got the wrong number. But then the customer books it anyway. It's possible, it's easier than you think, and it's really fun to listen to, everybody. Let me know in the comments where you are listening in from today. We're streaming on a couple different platforms, and I'm excited to see who we got joining us and from where. Before we get started, though, you guys, we've got a business to run here. If you are not currently a member of our CSR coaching program, check it out. Go to powersellingpros.com. In fact, on Monday next week, we are launching something unique and special that you are going to love. I'm not going to tell you what it is quite yet, but keep your eyes peeled on Monday for a big announcement coming from Power Selling Pros. I think you'll like it. But enough self-promotion. Let's listen to some phone calls. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and let's listen to these wrong number phone calls. Here we go. Phone call number one.
Corley, this is Vicki. How may I help you?
Who am I speaking to?
This is Vicki with Corley Plumbing, Air and Electric.
I'm sorry, I have the wrong number.
Are you sure you don't need us for anything? Plumbing, electrical?
I could probably use you for a plumbing issue.
Well, talk to me about it. Tell me what's going on.
I've got a 5-year-old house, or slab, one story with a bonus room, and we've got loud banging inside the walls when we turn off a faucet.
Is it just one faucet that does that?
No, it does it on all of them, I think, just maybe to a lesser degree, but is that something you guys could?
Sure, we can definitely help you with that.
That is terrific. For those of you who are just tuning in, this call started with the customer saying, oh, sorry, I've got the wrong number. To which the CSR said, are you sure you don't need us for anything? Plumbing, HVAC, electrical? And the customer responded by saying, well, I could use you for a plumbing issue. Well, talk to me about it. Tell me what's going on. This CSR did not say, oh, bummer, you got the wrong number. We're actually a heating and air company. Good luck, though. No, she looked for a way to help this guy. She looked for a way to offer him a solution. Beautiful, beautiful job by this CSR right here, booking a wrong number call. Listen to this one.
On Best Home Services for your plumbing, electrical, and AC needs. This is Kim. How can I help you?
Hi, is this Cool Zone?
I know you've reached Best Home Services.
Oh, okay. I was calling a company. I thought their name was Cool Zone.
Oh, gotcha. We can help you. We do AC.
Well, I'm looking to have somebody come and just go over my system. I'm going to be down there next week, and
So right there is the key words. The words that every customer is looking for you to say, whether they called the right number or the wrong number, is we can help you. They want to hear you say those words. They want to hear you reassure them that they've called the right place. I love it when a CSR says, we can help you. That is something we can absolutely assist you with. You've called the right place. We can definitely get that taken care of. Reassure the customer that you can take care of them. One of the things I've recently heard a CSR say that I loved is they said, well, nothing you've said scares me at all. This is all right there within our area of expertise. And I loved the confidence that that particular message gave to the customer. Nothing you said scares me at all. Reassure them that you can help. Let them know we can do this for you. Tell me what's going on. There's no need to hang up. There's no need to call another company. We can help you. Let the customer know that. Let them know you can help. Here's another wrong number call. Where's it at? Where are you at, phone call? Why aren't you playing? Looks like that call doesn't want to play. That's all right, though. Here's another one.
To ensure the highest quality service, this call may be monitored and recorded.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're on the third ring, which means this.
Good afternoon,
Okay,
Bartlett
all right.
Heating and Cooling. This is Vanessa. May I help you?
I'm sorry, I was trying to reach Service Master Cleaners.
Oh.
I don't know how this number got connected with heating.
It's fate. You want to let us have an opportunity to earn your business.
Well, it's a cleaning situation and an air purification situation.
Okay, we listened to this call last week, but it was too good to not play again. I love a CSR that will take a risk. A CSR that will say something off the cuff, not scripted, straight from the heart, that makes a customer laugh, that makes them say, wow, this is different. And what you heard there was a CSR say, it's fate. It's a chance for us to earn your business. And the customer laughs. That was a bad impression. But the customer laughs. The customer loved it. This is what it's all about right here. Great customer experiences are not scripted. Let me say that again. Great customer experiences are not scripted. They come from the heart. I like to tell my CSRs, you don't have to be smart enough to manipulate them to act or well scripted enough. You need to be sincere enough to move them. That's what it's all about right there. And this CSR, listen to the situation, listen to this customer call and get the wrong number. And instead of saying, oh, we're not a cleaning service, she decided to be proactive and take the initiative to say, it's fate. It's fate. We get the chance to earn your business. What's going on? And the customer loved it. It's memorable. I guarantee, I'd be willing to put money down on this, that customer told somebody about this interaction later that day, whether a friend, a neighbor, a spouse, a son, daughter, coworker. They told someone about the customer service representative who joked that it was fate she called the wrong number. I guarantee it, because that's the kind of stuff that people tell their friends and neighbors about. When I look at most contracting businesses and their value proposition, how they position themselves in their markets, most focus on their years of experience, the trustworthiness and reliability of the work that they do, how they stand behind their work, and they want to be honest and loyal and faithful and trustworthy and all these great qualities. And that's fine and good. But that's the bare minimum to even be in business these days. If you're not those things, you don't exist. So that can't be your differentiator. You can't hang your hat on the fact that you're trustworthy and reliable and have been in business for 50 years, because so is everyone else. That doesn't really set you apart. What sets you apart is the quality of the conversation when that customer gets on the phone with you and invites you into their home. It's how they feel when you are interacting with them one-on-one. Companies spend lots of money on their marketing and advertising so that the customer will notice you, but very little is invested in the phone call, in the training and quality of the CSR, the first impression of your company. The first time that the customer will ever, and maybe the only time, that they will ever give you their full and undivided attention is on the phone. They're not giving your billboard their undivided attention. They're not giving your Facebook or Google ad their undivided attention. That's passive attention. They're giving the CSR their undivided attention, though. And so you've got to invest in making sure that that experience is a good one that's memorable and worth talking about. Because if it's not, then they'll never give you their full and undivided attention ever again. Let's listen to another phone call. Here we go. No, we don't want to do that one. All right, let's see if we can get this call to play again. Sorry, guys, having a little small technical difficulty here. Getting these phone calls to play. Looks like it just needs some loading time. While that's loading, let me play another call for you.
Good morning, Pete Walmsley.
Hi, Mr. Walmsley. This is Sarah with Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Walmsley. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Are you having a problem with your upstairs system?
I've got it fixed already. Had someone respond. Yeah.
We do apologize about that, Mr. Walmsley. We did.
Now listen to this. This is not a wrong number call. This is a missed opportunity call. The customer who called this business prior has already had the job taken care of by somebody else. So technically, they lost the business. But listen to where this CSR goes next.
Did have some phone trouble on Saturday, and you didn't get the message. So we do apologize. And if you ever need us again, give us a call. We do offer a plumbing service as well. If you have any service needs, just give us a call.
You guys do plumbing? I might want to get a quote from you sometime on putting a sink in my garage. I don't know if you guys do that.
Yeah, well, I could have, would you provide the sink?
Yes, I can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up the utility sink.
Yeah, we can definitely get a quote for you on that. I can get with the plumber and get you a quote for that. Yes, sir.
Does he need to come out and take a look at the
I can ask him. Yeah, I can ask him. He may not.
Okay.
But if he does, I'll call you back and I'll get with him first and then call you back and then get all the information from you.
So here's what's beautiful about this phone call. It's not that polished. It's not too terribly put together or scripted. There's definitely some things we can work on there from a presentation standpoint and the way that we reassure that customer and ask for their business. But the CSR does something that very few CSRs do. She offered the additional service of plumbing. What I hear most CSRs do is they end a phone call, particularly lost calls like this, by saying, please let us know if there's anything else we can do for you. And what is the answer to that question 90% of the time? Let me know in the comments. But most of the time, when you ask the customer, is there anything else that we can do for you? The answer is no. Of course not. And why should we expect anything different? The customer doesn't know what else we can do for them. They don't know what else we offer. They don't know what kind of services we can provide them. And so what we have to do is not say, is there anything else I can do for you? What we need to do is ask, Mr. Jones, we also offer plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and duct cleaning. Can I have the technician take a look at any of those additional services while he's out there? Or can I interest you in any of those services right now? Because now, even if the customer says no, now they know what else you do, whereas they didn't before. And that's the whole point, is we've got to brand the phone call, especially if it's a wrong number call, especially if it's a missed opportunity call like this. We've got to let the customer know specifically what we do, what we can help them with. Did you know that the number one reason customers don't go with a company who sells something to them is not because they don't like the service the best? That's one of the reasons, of course. But the number one reason is the offer is not clear enough. Customers do not buy from the best companies. They buy from the ones that are easiest to understand. And so when a customer calls you, or when they give you the news that they've given the job to someone else, or when they call the wrong number, explain to them with unmistakable clarity what you do that makes their life better. Say it on the phone. Mr. Jones, so you know, we also offer heating and air, duct cleaning, plumbing, drain cleaning, water heater services. Can I interest you in any of those services while we're on the phone? And again, even if they say no, you've now advertised yourself. You've made it clear what else you can help them with. And when you're talking to somebody like this, who just broke this CSR the news that he chose a different business, you're going to get the business. You're going to get them to do something with you, to sign up, to pay you for a service. It's a beautiful thing. While I'm pulling up some more phone calls, we've got people tuning in. We've got numbers growing here as we're going along on the different platforms we're streaming on. Let me know where you're coming at us from. Would love to see who we've got joining us. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. All right. Next up, I got a couple more phone calls I want you to hear. We've played a couple of calls where the CSR booked a wrong number. We've listened to a call where the CSR lost the business to a different company, but managed to create new opportunity by offering additional services. Now, let me show you a few more. Today is it's February. It's February, guys. Can you believe it's February? Here we go.
Happy Friday. Greetings. Speaking. How may I brighten up your day?
That's a unique greeting. I like
yeah,
that.
I called last week about having someone look at my basement to get an estimate or whatever. Called me back and told me to call this office number and set up an appointment to stop by and look at it.
Okay, we can for sure do that. So the person you had spoken to before, did they take all of your information down?
I'm not sure. I called like 5 places in one day. I thought whoever I talked to there just basically said that you guys were super busy. So I'm not sure, I guess it is. I don't think I gave anyone, all my information, so that's not.
That's no problem. I can definitely look into that. In the meantime, I just need to set you up a quick profile here. Can I get your full name, please?
Yeah, it's,
Obviously, we're skipping that
Thank you.
information.
Is the number you're calling me from right now the best one we can reach you at?
Okay. So here's what I'm hearing so far. This customer's had to work way too hard. Way, way, way too hard to get any sort of help. He even tells the CSR, I've called 5 different companies. I don't know who I've spoken to at this point. We've got to make it easy for this guy. We've got to say, oh man, I hate to hear that you had to call so many different companies, but I'm going to make it my top priority to get you taken care of right now. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Approach it from a conversational standpoint. Try to connect with the customer. Don't treat it like you're an order taker and you've just got to get their information for your system, because that's kind of what this feels like right now. It feels like we're asking for his name and we're probably going to start asking for email, address, and phone number as a means of putting him in the system. It should be conversational. It should flow nicely and be easy for him to get taken care of. But let's keep listening. Let's see where this call goes.
what's that?
Is the number you're calling from right now the best one we can reach you at?
Yes.
Okay, and the address, please.
So we cut out the address.
And just to confirm, the zip code coming up here is, okay, perfect. And did you have a specific day in mind for this, or did you just want next available?
I can probably do next available. I work from home, so I'm pretty much home all the time. I mean, I do have meetings and things at certain times, but I can pretty much accommodate anything.
Okay.
So,
I do have availability on Monday. Would you prefer that?
sure.
Okay.
So again, we're this is not conversational. This is not a good customer experience right now. This is very transactional. And I hate to say this, but if our phone calls are just going to be transactional, let's just get the information. Let's just find out where they live, what their address is, and let's send somebody out there. If that's all you're going to do, let a robot do it. Right? Program your ring tree so they can book the call for you. Send them to your website to book with a chatbot. We have robots, artificial intelligence that can do this at this point. So if that's all you're going to do, outsource it. Get a robot to do it. Now, I don't want you to do that because there's a reason, despite the overwhelming technology that we have in this world, There's a reason that customers keep calling the phone line. There's a reason they keep asking to speak to a human being. And it's because they want to feel heard. They want empathy. They want someone who's going to feel for and take care of them and take responsibility for their problem. You've got it right here, Nikki. No, there's no empathy here. We're not getting quite enough empathy in this situation. There are a lot of ums in the conversation. But again, I feel like this isn't actually a conversation. This is just a transaction that's happening right now. And we've got to empathize. We've got to build a connection with that customer. We're going to listen to the last little bit of this call, see if I'm curious to see how this call ends. Like if the customer actually does book anything. And if he does not, what is the CSR going to say? Oh, shoot. All right.
Happy Friday. Meeting 4 available on Monday.
Monday, 15th. You said 10 to 12. What was the other one?
10 to 12, 12 to 2, or 2 to 4.
Oh, 12 to 2 would be perfect.
12 to 2, okay. For sure. And what was the plumbing work that you were looking to get an estimate on?
Just adding a drain line in the basement.
In the basement, okay.
And
For
I can't believe I didn't notice this. But we are now at the end of the conversation, the end of the transaction, I should say. We've gathered the customer's information, extracted information from the customer, name, address, email, phone number, booked an appointment time, but we never asked what their problem is. You have got to give your attention to the customer and their problem before you take their information. Give first. Empathize first. Listen first. Otherwise, we are no different than a robot. We are no different than some artificial intelligence that will just collect the basic information and book the appointment. They're calling a human being for a reason. Listen to their problem. Ask them what's going on at the beginning of the call. Don't wait till the end. Because what I'm hearing here is that this company's, and I'm not blaming the CSR here, right? This is a company challenge. This company, they're communicating to the customer that what matters most to them is the transaction, is getting their customers' information, doing so in an efficient, organized manner, taking the factory method and just pumping customers through like numbers. That's what I'm hearing here from this company. Because they don't ask about the problem until the very end when it's booked. We've got to ask about the problem first before we do anything. I can think of a lot of, I bet the booking rates here are not very good because most customers would not be this patient. This guy's very patient here. Most customers are not going to wait 3.5 minutes on a phone before they even get to talk about their problem. But that's what we've made this customer do. He's had to wait 3.5 minutes to even get his problem said.
And
For
then, do you guys do gas lines?
yes, we do.
I want to look into having a gas line routed to the upstairs range just to have like as a placeholder.
Okay. For sure, we can definitely do that. So I have you all booked in then for Monday to get that all looked at for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So we will see you then. I hope you have a good day, okay?
All right, 12 o'clock on Monday.
Yes, sir.
That customer had to do all the work. He had to do all the work. He had to call 5 different companies. He had to confirm the appointment himself at the end of the call. 12 o'clock on Monday, right? We've got to make it easier for the customer. That's really the last thing I'll say about that. I want to say something about the power of conversation here too. In fact, let me read you something. I'm friends. You call us friends, acquaintances. It's 2021. We make friends on the internet. What can I say? But there's a guy. His name is Joe Ferraro. Joe is a conversation specialist. So he actually coaches people and helps them to have the best conversations of their life. Because in his words, a great conversation can change the course of your life. So I want to share with you a couple of things that Joe Ferraro says about conversation that really, I think, apply to what we're talking about here. First of all, you must commit to a conversation, even the brief ones, or walk away. If you're too distracted, admit that to both yourself and the other person. Be present or be gone. In the line of customer service, be present or program a robot to do it for you. The customer wants to talk to a human being. That's why they called. Even though we can easily book online now, let's be clear, there is nothing in this world holding customers back from never having to talk to a CSR ever again. If a customer wanted to, they could get their AC, their plumbing, their electrical, all their home service needs completely taken care of without ever speaking to anyone until the technician arrives in their home. There's nothing holding them back. And yet they continue to call. They continue to pick up that phone and speak to a representative because they want that connection. They want that conversation. They want someone who's going to listen and take ownership of their problem. They want you to take it off their plate. They don't want to deal with this. So be present or program a robot to do it for you. Here's another great one. A conversation is a dialogue, not a monologue. That's why there are so few good conversations due to scarcity. Two intelligent talkers seldom meet. I would argue that this was a little bit of a monologue that we just listened to. It was a CSR booking the call, processing the transaction, and the customer simply answering all the questions and booking an appointment for Monday. But there's no loyalty here. If I were to ask this customer, hey, based on that phone call you just had, would you go back to that company in a year if you had another problem? He might say yes because he already called 5 businesses and they were the only one that actually helped him. But that's not a good reason for a customer to be loyal because you were the only one who answered. Last year when I was getting some yard work done, I called and left voicemails with 7 different landscaping companies. 7! I kid you not. Not one of them ever called me back. I got to a point where I basically said, all right, first person to answer my call gets my money. I've got a few $1,000s here ready to spend on landscaping work, and whoever picks up the phone gets it. The bar is low, my friends. The bar is so low, so embarrassingly low in customer service that if you decide, you know what, I'm going to give that customer the best conversation of their life on the phone. Best conversation of their entire day. It's going to be me. I'm going to make sure they feel confident, understood, cared about, sufficiently reassured. I'm going to make sure they feel like I'm taking ownership of this problem, like they're getting a steal for how much we charge, and that they know they're important to me, that I'm grateful that they keep us in business. If you make sure the customer feels those things when you answer the phone, you are top 1% of CSRs immediately. Instantly, you become one of the very best. Why? Because you care. That's it. Because you care about the customer. That's what it's all about. With that, my friends, we're out of time for today. We listened to quite a few calls. We listened to some wrong number calls where the customer actually got the wrong place. They weren't looking for the contractor they reached. Oftentimes, they weren't even looking for a contractor, but the CSR still booked it. We listened to a call where the customer had to tell the CSR, hey, I already actually used someone else, but the CSR still managed to get a job out of it. They still managed to offer additional services and get some work from the call. And then we listened to this very transactional call that taught us we need to be conversationalists on the phone. We need to make it worth the customer's time to call us because today they don't have to. They can book online if they want, but they still choose to call us. We need to make that decision worth it. If you have any questions, hit the comments. I'll stay on here for about 30 more seconds. But if not, my friends, thank you so much for attending episode 7 of This Call May Be Recorded. These shows, so that you know, are available on YouTube and Facebook and our website after each episode. They're very easy to access. So if you want one of your CSRs or team members to come back and watch these later on, please send them on over. We'd love to have them watched. And with that, we will see you next week for episode 8 of This Call May Be Recorded.